been unable to attend with their full team. So mousesports, World Elite, they're competing for that final 16th spot. This is the best 5 match, game number 1. Let's see what the two teams can come up with here.
Yeah, and what an exciting story for these guys. They didn't even think that they're going to be able to participate here. They were both flown in on the presumption that they were just backup teams, and now they finally get the chance to compete here. So WE just got a little bit of practice in today if we want some staging for how things are going. Mouse did a lot of practicing yesterday. They played a 1-1 versus IG, and a 1-1 also. Who was the other team that they played against? I can't remember. There was another team. Oh, Moscow 5. Moscow 5, they still got 1-1. And they did a 0-1 versus Tongfu, so they've been doing pretty decent playing against some teams that are competing, so I think they have a really good shot here. WE hasn't had as much practice, but they have also won some games recently today.
Yeah, WE, I mean, yesterday they were just sort of here looking to almost enjoy this as a trip. They had absolutely no hopes of playing here, but this is a true sort of, I guess in some ways, the Cinderella story. This is where two teams out of nowhere have a chance to actually enter the tournament, actually compete for that $1 million. And this is where they're not going to leave anything behind. This is, if you get in, then you're in. Then you're in a group with 8 teams. You're in 14 group stage matches. Anything can happen from there. But the one thing is, you have to beat your opponent here. And we're going to see what they can come up with. This is going to be World Elite over on the Radiant team. We'll start looking at our bans, our picks.
Dire team, actually.
Oh, they've switched it around. My mistake. World Elite on the Dire team and mousesports over on the Radiant side. 1437, the captain, starting off the bans and picks. Banning out Chaos Knight, Chen, and Lycanthrope. This will be, I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary from game 1, I feel.
Yeah, keep in mind this is a best of 5, by the way, so the winner has to win 3 games. So we're going to be coming with a lot of matches for the rest of the night. We do see one slight disconnect from Black, but probably just fixing some small issues. And it's surprising to see a Shadow Demon banned in the first round, actually. Now, do you think they're just trying to let a lot of really strong heroes through, or just because they're, I don't know, maybe do they really just value that hero?
Honestly, I think this is going to be World Elite. They've done some homework. They would have, during their time today, as soon as they probably found out about this match, they said, let's look at mousesports' last 10 or so games. Let's see what heroes they pick. Mousesports love their Shadow Demon. 1437 is somewhat known for it. They combo it with the Kunkka every now and then, but even when they just have something like a Leshrac or just a normal standard aggressive lineup with maybe a Chaos Knight, they really value this hero very highly as a support hero. So I think banning it out is a nice start to the draft here. They're leaving the pool quite wide open. I mean, you've got some very, very strong contesting heroes such as the Prophet still in the pool, Invoker, Darkseer is still there, and Darkseer is the first pick. This is going to be something hard to deal with, I feel, for World Elite, but they planned this out. They said, we'll give you guys that, we'll take what's left. Yeah,
and that's definitely one of the heroes that Mouse really likes to play. Most likely you'll see 1437 playing that. Long lane solo maybe. Maybe they'll put on Bamboo, but I have seen 1437 play that hero a lot, so I don't think this is going to be too out of the ordinary for Mouse. They're going to pick up a Prophet in response, and also a Brewmaster, surprisingly, that early. So that leaves Leshrac actually going to Mouse, which I will expect them to draft that. And what other heroes are we missing here?
Yeah, Brewmaster I think is partly because of the Darkseer pick. It's a hero that doesn't go walking into a wall and give the other team a carry hero, but he does a huge amount in the mid game with that ultimate. You can always just cycle in the Darkseer, take him out of a fight if you initiate in, using the Brewmaster to get up an early Blink Dagger. So I like this pick up here. Definitely agree mousesports, the Leshrac is going to be probably a likely pick here. It's something we actually haven't mentioned. Mousesports, they didn't get Come With Me. His visa wasn't cleared. They've got to stand in. They're playing with Kuroki. That's going to really shift up the dynamic. That's basically a support play gone out. You mentioned 1437 likely play the Darkseer, but you don't actually have any other real obvious candidates to play the support. Bamboo, somewhat known for playing an Earthshaker maybe. Sing Sing every now and then plays a support Rubik, but if you put 1437 on a side lane solo Darkseer, you're very limited as far as the players go. Players will be playing outside of their comfort zone in those support roles. Yeah,
that's definitely true. I didn't think about that fact. Do you know how they've been laning things the last couple of days? I haven't actually, one of the few teams I haven't been able to observe.
I haven't observed any of their screens, but from what I've been told is Kuroki has just taken over Come With Me's role. He's not playing the carry, he's not playing the solo, he's played the Chen and the Enchantress. Someone actually said that's been the case. They're going to go for a Rubik Venomancer, so if they want to win Rubik support, it's something Sing Sing has been doing. He almost always plays that Rubik, whether it's solo mid or support, so quite likely we'll see him playing that. I mean, could be Kuroki on a support Venomancer. If someone had told me Kuroki would be playing support at the International a year or so ago, I would not have believed them for a second, but hey, anything can happen, and we'll see what mousesports want to do with these two picks.
Wow, a very surprising Weaver in the first round out of WE, a carry that we haven't seen much at all since, you know, a long time ago. He was a very popular hero since the International 1, or during the International 1, when the hero pool was half of this, but very surprised to not only see it picked here, but also first round, surely something that Miles was not expecting.
Yeah, I think they just they're not worried about it being hard counted. They just feel they want to get it up. They want to get it up nice and early. It's basically some more semi-carry potential. I don't think World Elite are going to go from here and look to pick up too many more farming heroes. They've got the Weaver, who's kind of your side lane solo farmer. He's not going to look to get massive. He could just go for some core items here. But with Prophet Brewmaster, there's plenty of mid-game potential. There's great ways of dealing with Darkseer. Weaver's another hero that, well, against the Darkseer, there's not much value in actually getting a Weaver replicate. It's not going to, sorry, not so much a replicate, but using your wall and getting an illusion of the Weaver, because it doesn't do that much damage. His value comes from his mobility, just Shikuching in and out. So it's a strong hero to have, although as a Rubik, you'd love to steal that Shikuchi. So that's always a bit of an issue if Rubik does manage to steal that spell.
Yeah, it's very, very good defensively. Not the best offensive spell, but you can use it to initiate and things like that as well. So another important thing to look at, Weaver as a hero is very weak to burst damage as well as hard disables. And currently, Mouse is not sitting on a lot of those. Even if Rubik steals an ability from either Brewmaster or Weaver, Clap is obviously not that useful against Weaver. So they're basically just looking at telekinesis right now, and Weaver's going to have a great day. So hopefully for Mouse's sake, they maybe pick up some burst nukes. Maybe we'll see something like Lion perhaps, or maybe just any kind of hard disable. But for now, we see a Storm Spirit ban from WE as well as an Earthshaker out of Mouse.
Yeah, looking just to ban out some of those heroes that can maybe catch the Weaver. Storm Spirit, of course, and go flying in. If he goes for a Sheep or a Silent Stick, he can really get the lockdown, make sure they can actually kill the Weaver, kill even a hero like Brewmaster. If you get the Silent Stick, it's a great way to shut him down. We may see some more strong initiators. Even a hero like a Disruptor being banned out could be the way to go, because Disruptor can, of course, silence those heroes out. I feel Silence is the way to go against a Brewmaster as well as a Weaver. So for now, mousesports banning out the Earthshaker, the Invoker. Where do they want to go next? But I mean, back on this Weaver pick, it's something that I feel we're going to see some new trends. This is the international. Teams are going to be not so much looking to just reinvent the metagame, but they're going to really be adjusting to what their opponents do. And something which I'd say sort of defines the metagame lately is teams not really going for heavy disables. They love the Venomancer supports. Heroes like Darkseer, carry heroes that they're not stacking disables. They're going for the mid-game pushes. They're going for the mech pipe drafts. But that sort of opens up the possibility of going in for a Weaver, going for a Storm Spirit. We're seeing Storm Spirit banned out here, as well as the Morphling now, and that does limit what mousesports can pick up for that carry role. Are we going to see black on Antimage? So that's probably the big question for me here. And
we still could see it. I mean, if you can disable Weaver for a short period of time and drain his mana, completely useless here, unless he's level 16 where Time Lapse costs 0 mana, in which he can reset his HP as well as his mana pool. And there it is, Anti-Mage is picked up from Mouse. So I think from here on out, they need maybe one decent disable to try to keep Weaver shut down while they drain his mana. If that happens, it should be relatively easy to gank him fairly often. But we'll see how WE is going to react to this. But right now, they have a jungler, unless they end up soloing Nature's Prophet. Weaver can do a safe lane. He can also long lane solo if they wish to do that. Against a Venomancer support, there's absolutely no threat to him dying there, though he can take some damage from the Poison Sting.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage is, I mean, it's one of those things where mousesports, they're not limited to too much with their laning stage. World Elite can still be caught by surprise. Anti-Mage can go 1v1 against the Weaver if he gets pulled some regen with the Poor Man's Shield. They've got plenty of options here. We're going to see what they want to get with their fourth pick. They're going to start digging into their reserve time, and I feel this is the time, once you see the Anti-Mage, start thinking about what supports they're going to get. They go for the Shadow Shaman, and this, to me, the Chinese teams love to do this. Run Shadow Shaman as a support. They like to use the pulse to get some levels and farm, but they'll just look to sort of utilize his wards once he gets level 6, but not rush to level 6. Just wait it out, use his disables to control the lane, and then once you're ready to have the level 6, you go for that sort of later on push. So World Elite, for me, this is all about the mid-game, shutting down the Anti-Mage. Not so much at the first sort of 5-10 minutes, but once you got beyond that point, they can control the game very well with these heroes.
Yeah, and he's even a great hero against Anti-Mage. Hex up to 3.5 seconds of chicken on there, and Shackles, once you start leveling up, has really insane levels of disable. So a great hero to have against Anti-Mage, not to mention wards are awesome for pushing. Pushing is great against a really late game farmer like the AM. So I think the Shadow Shaman pickup was really cool here. So last pick for Mouse here before it's left to WE. They have their hard carry, they have a support, possible solo mid, and a long lane solo. So they're either looking at maybe an Enigma for a jungler, or they are going to pick up Enigma for the jungle. So not going for a tri-lane, they go for a jungle dual lane with a safe lane with the hard carry, solo mid, and a long lane Darkseer.
Yep, you called it perfectly. Enigma, it fits in perfectly. It just works so well with this draft. I think you've got the Rubik Solomon. He's going to be almost definitely in the hands of Sing Sing, and I feel this is just going to be Kuroki taking over that jungle role. He's going to be playing the Enigma. The question is Bambo or 1437 on the Darkseer? Who's on the Venomancer? I don't feel it's going to matter too much either way. In 1437, he was somewhat famous and known for playing that Darkseer, so quite likely it could be him, and then Bamboo just basically for one game he's going to be playing that Venomancer. I don't think we're going to see mousesports getting the Dark Seed over and over again. It somewhat depends on how this game goes. The World Elite now, the last pick, what are they going to go? And I feel, I mean, the Enigma for mousesports, I mean, that wasn't a big surprise here, but this last pick for World Elite, really, they can go so many different ways. They probably want to get another support hero, unless, I mean, the Prophet can be in the jungle. They can always do that, but I feel they want to get up some sort of reliable stunning hero. That ES has been banned out for that very reason, but heroes like Sand King still in the pool. So where do World Elite want to go? What are you expecting for this draft here?
Maybe even something like a Windrunner. I mean, Shackle Shot is obviously not the most reliable thing ever, but they do have a Nature's Prophet, so they can stack it that way fairly reliable. If they can just disable Anti-Mage for a short period of time, maybe with a Hex, and follow that up with a Sprout Shackle, or even against any of the other heroes on the Dire team, Shackle is still going to be useful. And they could just do a Weaver Shadow Shaman safe lane, put Brood Maiden, Nature's Prophet jungle, and a Windrunner long lane. But Windrunner is going to have some trouble with Venomancer, so if they put Windrunner on the long lane, then you know, she's going to have a much higher chance of being shut down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the good news is for World Elite is they can almost predict mousesports lanes to a T. Then, like you say, the Venom Antimates, they're going to go for a Leshrac. Leshrac, a hero, I mean, I completely forgot he's still in the pool at this point. Not a hero you often see last this long. You're only getting snapped up nice and early on, but he's going to be the final pick for World Elite. And guys, we are going to get into the first game of this best of 5 between mousesports and World Elite. We're going to kick things off over on the Radiant side. I'm going to quickly introduce mousesports, and a team that many of you are probably familiar with by now. We've got Black playing the Anti-Mage, Kuroki the Standard playing the support Venomancer, Bamboo actually on the Enigma. We've got Darkseid being played by 1437, and then finally, soloing the middle lane is going to be mousesports Sing Sing.
And for the Dire team World Elite, we have Leshrac being played by Finity. Is that what his name was?
I believe it's Fanti, I believe. I'm not entirely sure of that one, but that's the way I believe it is.
Alright, Weaver is being played by GG. Chan is on the Brewmaster. We have Luo on the Shadow Shaman, and the last player is going to be Icy playing Nature's Prophet. It does look like he's going in the jungle, already spawning some Treants for vision. And they have a mechanical carrier, but I absolutely just love this.
Yeah,
little guy.
He is staying at Fountain for a long time, but I'd say he's more likely going to be going to the bottom lane. He's picked up some early tangos, which isn't something typically done for a jungle prophet, so probably just maybe sitting around at the Fountain, summoning his first couple treants to send him out, regen back that mana. But if he does go bottom, he's going to be up against the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage Black. He's got a poor man shield. He's been pulled a lot of regen. He's got Tango Salve as well as a branch, so he's going to be pretty happy at this bottom lane. And it looks like mousesports aren't even looking to do a support with the Anti-Mage. They're sending the Venomancer, at least for now. Kuroki up towards the top lane. 1437 is up there nearby as well. Bamboo, of course, going into that jungle.
And it looks like we're actually going to have a solo mid Weaver this game. He did get transferred some regen as well. 1 Tango and 1 Salve on him, started with a Wraith Band and 2 Ironwood branches, just to really get his base damage up there so that he can last hit a little bit more effectively. Now, whether or not this will work out against a Rubik, we'll see. Not really a common, not only not common hero, but also not very common laning scheme. Usually it's either a long lane or a safe lane Weaver. There's not as much distance in the mid lane, so it's harder to dive and chase using Sakuchi. Now, Kuroki is invisible here, but this was spotted up by the ward, and he's actually going to swing back into the jungle looking for an enemy hero, possibly blocking the small camp, which he is going to nope, not accomplish, but he might be looking for the Shadow Shaman for a gank here.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman is going to probably be looking to use a couple of those pulls. Neither of the pulls having been blocked as of yet. 1437, of course, on the Dark at this top lane, and Leshrac, that's the hero who World Elite are going to be looking to sack some farm on Fanti. And this Shadow Shaman Leshrac lane, it's two fairly squishy heroes. We're going to see an early aggression on the top lane. Fanti in all sorts of trouble. The Invis Kuroki, they're going to go all in. No, they're not. They back off, and 1437 takes a lot of tower damage to himself. He's got plenty of regen. Fanti pops us out. Almost the first blood there very, very early on.
Yeah, super close there. Weaver is already harassing Sing Sing a little bit, using Sakuchi. Does dodge some hits. Bot lane, by the way, we have an Anti-Mage versus a Brewmaster Prophet dual lane. Can't believe this is going on here. Not seeing him into the jungle. He's just completely doing his best to shut down Anti-Mage. And since the Venomancer went top, Black is going to have a really tough time picking up farm heroes. 1437 is looking for a kill, and Shadow Shaman, he is using the Iron Shell for lots of damage. As Kuroki is doing some right clicks, needs one more to get the last hit, and they do pick up first blood as Shadow Shaman drops. Might see a double on Leshrac. One more from Kuroki, but he's going to back off. 1437 goes in for it. There's the surge and the right hit as they do get the double kill in the top lane. But Nature's Prophet TP's in. 2 hits on 1437, and he is going to die from this, but totally worth it there. Oh, he got a double? Dang.
Prophet getting clean up duty right there. Maybe a tiny bit late. He did manage to get both those 2 kills, but a couple seconds earlier I feel would have made a world of difference. Would have saved at least Leshrac's life maybe, but either way, 2 for 2 trade. First blood going the way of mousesports. They get the slight edge in that trade. Prophet now, though, he TP's top. He says, no problem. I'm just going to swing into this jungle, start summoning up some treants. Looks to get farming there. I really like how World Elite predicted these lanes almost. I mean, the Prophet plus Panda dual lane at bottom, something almost unheard of, but I think it's because they predicted the anti-mage to be soloing the bottom lane, maybe having checked out some of what mousesports normally do with the anti-mage, but for now, things not having the best out at top lane. Venomancer, another Gale. He is going to be looking at chipping away. Surgeon not going to commit to this for now as Leshrac does back off, looks to regroup into Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, he's got a level 2 Edict, so that's super intimidating to deal with. The pull spot is warded now, and the Ogres are gone, so they won't be able to pull anymore. But it looks like they're committing to this Venomancer and Darkseer dual lane. It does work out very well against the Shadow or against the Leshrac, assuming that there are creeps around. The Edict is pretty darn scary. Black also brought himself some regen on the bot lane, using the small courier for that, which is going to delay Sing Sing's bottle here. He's had this on his inventory for quite a while here, up to 200 gold, so that's going to make his mid lane a little bit less effective, but he is outlaning this Weaver by about 5 last hits.
Yeah, that's a big lead at this mid lane very early on. I mean, doubling the Weaver CS right now, and Fade Bolt is really going to make it very hard for Weaver to catch up, having that base damage negated. Weaver can maybe try rely on the Shikuchi for some last hitting, but Weaver's picked up a bottle of his own, so he's going to fly that one out, get his bottle just after the Rubik. So Weaver, I mean, he can compete for runes. He should be getting there faster if he waits for them to spawn, so Rubik's just going to have to try, go camp a rune spot and try and get lucky. Otherwise, Weaver will be getting there first, so Weaver does have that slight advantage there, but for the most part, this will be a free farming Rubik in the mid lane, and a free farming Rubik who's going to get a very early Shikuchi for himself, which is going to make it very easy for him to gank and then escape and be very, very aggressive, which is how Sing Sing loves to play.
Yeah, I love what Kuroki is doing here, sitting on the low ground. That way he can try to last hit from the low ground without having to get it killed. But we're going to see Luo steal the last hits, picking up a couple actually, the Ursa as well as the creep. Sing Sing now up to 15 last hits, but we're going to see GG be really aggressive. 2 loves of Sakuchi, 2 loves of Swarm actually, and 1 Geminate at the moment. So kind of an interesting skill build here, as Sing Sing is harassing. The rune is up, and it's actually going to be bot lane, and it looks like Weaver is going to be able to pick that up. It will be an illusion rune, not the best he could pick up, but still not a bad rune by any means.
Yep, and it looks like the courier's going to go back towards mid lane. Bring Sing Sing a boot. He can always do a bit of bottle crawling here. When you don't get that first crucial rune as soon as you get your bottle, well, that's normally when you want your solo mid hero to do a quick bottle crawl. Even just once can make a world of difference. So I believe he'll just put this bottle back on the courier, fly it back out, and then refill it. Although, no, struggling a bit for the moment. Importantly, Black is farming very well this bottom lane, having a good time so far. He's got decent CS despite the tough lane he had very early on.
Yeah, now that it's a solo Brewmaster, it's not really a big deal. Brewmaster has absolutely no mana. He's going to continue to keep him there. His skill build at the moment is actually one of each skill with a stat level. So we'll see if he continues this. Goes for pretty fast Battle Fury, a little bit of HP, and Chan is actually being really aggressive, actually scaring Black a little bit, because he actually does think there's a gank coming in. Nature's Prophet could, of course, TP. He's still sitting in the jungle. He does have the mana just for the teleportation at the moment. And he picks up a Sage's Mask, which I'm guessing is either going to be an urn or a medallion, which will both be very useful towards ganking anti-mage early on.
Yeah, and speaking of anti-mage, he goes for a very aggressive build. He had enough gold for a Ring of Health. He opted to go for boots first instead, just to be able to out-harass maybe the Brewmaster, because Brewmaster picking up fast boots himself. I think Black thought, okay, well, Two can play this game. I'll get some boots of my own and just harass Brewmaster, keep him on 0 mana permanently. As we will see Darkseer, Venomancer, they're roaming around the enemy jungle, looking to poke around, looking to find a kill. The problem is, if they find a hero like Shadow Shaman, if they find the 2 heroes Shadow Shaman and Leshrac, Prophet can always be TPing in, although that does look like they're just trying to find the Prophet, who's now moving into the jungle. Prophet with the early Sage's Mask could be the battering. We could even see the fast medallion for a very heavy gank, sort of gank lineup coming from World Elite. They've got the right-click damage just to support a medallion if they want to do that.
Yeah, I think that would work out really nice. Sing Sing on the mid lane, of course, has picked up Sakuchi. Only a level 2 at the moment from GG, who is going to bottle rune. He's guessing on the top rune. Is he going to get it? It is going to be bottom, so we may see Sing Sing able to pick this up. They do have vision of this. They did spot the Weaver up there, so he will head bottom. Now it's going to be Haste Rune fight going on top, though. There's Darkseer getting picked off by the Nature's Prophet ulti and a TP on Kuroki. He's in so much trouble here, and he does get picked off. Saving his wand charges. Stuff happening in the bot lane, actually. Black as well as Bamboo also picking up a kill, so 2 for 1 there, but at least it was an anti-mage getting a kill as the hard carry, so pretty big pickup.
Yeah, really nice rotation from Bamboo. Just great awareness, recognizing they can get the kill. They had to commit for it. Black taking a lot of damage, but when you've got that Ring of Health, well, he's going to buy himself some time. I mean, they can't really kill him while he's this low on HP. He's just going to slowly regen himself back up. But World Elite, this reaction coming from them, they say, okay, you have that kill, we're going to go for a top tier 1 tower. We may see the first tower dropping. The Glyph is going to get popped, but these heroes cannot defend it. It's just a Darkseer at the moment, but look what Prophet's doing. Sends the 3 further ahead, lures the creep wave away, and this is going to be a tier 1 tower going down. World Elite taking the first tower of the International 2012 in this brewing game number 1 of the best of 5, which is going to see Fancy picking that one up, and he has got a lot of farm. Fast arcane boots, probably want to go for that fast bloodstone. You can always disassemble those, and right now he is looking to get very, very big.
Yeah, and at the moment Black wants to get a kill bottom, but his HP is pretty low. Kuroki is around. Bambo is coming in, but he doesn't have enough HP. He's got a soul ring for a black hole. He's actually maxing out Malefice as well. Leshrac gets a kill on Darkseer atop again. And Urn is picked up by Nature's Prophet, so the gank is going in on Chen. Chanstar, he can ulti this one. Let's say drain his mana. His mana's gone. He's not going to be able to ulti now. Now they just need a Malefice, and here comes the black hole on top of Brewmaster, and he's going to get picked off for sure. Black with the last hit. Nice play there. Picking up even more stat levels, up to 1,000 golds. He's going to be finishing his treads very shortly, and he's doing great so far.
Yeah, this is going to become the anti-mage game for mousesports. They've also got a Darkseer, so they've got potential to turtle this out, because World Elite are going to be looking to close this out when they get that window of opportunity in the mid game. And that's, I mean, it's not going to be easy for them. They're up against a very farmed anti-mage who's going to be getting that very fast battle career. Black having a great lane game so far, and the fact he's got all these stat points making him that much harder to kill.
Wow, huge play from GG there. That was really close. Sing Sing put him on the high ground, but very wisely he used time lapse to go back in time and go back onto the low ground. That would have been a huge loss to him in terms of EXP. He would have had to fly a TP scroll all the way out to him, so very quick thinking there. Nicely done.
Tower is under attack.
Well, so far things are very even between these two teams. Not much actually separating them. World Elite with a slight gold lead, but that's entirely because of that top tier 1 tower which they've gotten, and we're going to see a smoke from the mid lane. Prophet as well as Shadow Shaman. Prophet probably somewhat unintentionally maybe being smoked. He doesn't have to actually go along. It's just Shadow Shaman heading towards the top lane. They're really looking to punish this Darkseer. Already 3 deaths on 1437. They want another one. Although for now he's backed off far enough. They're not going to be able to get him.
Tower is under
At least
attack.
not now.
And they do have Arcane Boots up on the Shadow Shaman, so... And he's level 6 as well, so he's pretty much set. As long as he can get a little bit of HP up in the mid game, he should be pretty survivable. Unless Black gets pretty scary soon. He's currently at 900 gold, picked up a magic wand as well just for some more survivability, and is finally putting skill points into Blink at the moment. So W at this point is just going to continue farming. We haven't seen any ganking or assisting out of Weaver. Sing Sing actually pressuring him. He does use Sakuchi. He wants his kill, but GG goes invisible once again. And instead, I think he's just going to cut these creeps and try to take the tower as fast as possible.
Yeah, this is very aggressive. I mean, creeps, I mean, this is what you can afford to do when you've stolen a spell like Sakuchi. I mean, it's only level 3 Sakuchi. It's got a very short cooldown. And basically, they can't get ganked unless they've got Sentry Star somewhere or some way of locking him down. Shadow Shaman does provide that, but just getting that first disable off can be very difficult against the Sakuchi. Weaver TP's back towards the mid lane, and we're going to see Shadow Shaman Leshrac start the rotation, start rotating from top maybe to mid. They smoke up in the river. There's no actual Radiant wards nearby, although it will give them a slight edge, maybe give them the jump on Sing Sing, who's waiting at the mid lane, maybe going to get caught out here.
It all comes down to how fast he can go invisible here. If the first Hex lands, there will be a follow-up split earth and a lot of burst damage on top of him. He absolutely needs to survive this. We've seen another time lapse. He's going to go check top rune. Actually, it's going to be bottom, so maybe we'll see some fights. Kuroki does spot out the Leshrac, and he's going to grab the DD and walk away.
Very nice positioning from Kuroki. That was sharp. I mean, Leshrac was coming down river smoke, but the Venomancer Plague Ward spotted him out on the high ground, and then basically he came in range of the Venomancer, so he did get revealed. They're going bottom. They really want Black, but Black senses something coming. He's picked up the tread, so he's got plenty of HP. 1k HP at this point because of all the points he's got in stats is going to make him very hard to kill. And this is without a Vanguard. He's not going to go for the Vanguard because this stat build gives him plenty of HP. He can get up that fast battle fury. The treads also give him the potential to be a bit more aggressive and try and actually fight this World Elite team who are just going for the towers. They're grouping up now. They've grouped up. They've got 4 heroes bottom, 1 hero mid. Weaver just looking at some more farm, but the 4 heroes at bottom, they're going to get another tower. World Elite going to get their second tower of the game.
Wow, great job there. Doing his best to defend this with the Venom Wards, but they're only level 3 and he was not quite set up enough there. So he's going to be unable to take that as Black. This is going to give him a little bit more space to farm, but the gold advantage is increasing for World Elite. Not by a whole lot, so at the very least, there is some good income for the Radiant team. This is because they had a jungler the whole time. Enigma already has a Blink Dagger finish with a Soul Ring. He's actually a little surrounded by the enemy team, but is he going to get caught? Either way, as soon as he sees somebody, he is blinking out of there.
Yep, it looks like World Elite is going to back off. Go back to a slightly more farm-oriented game. They've got ICTP's top. He's going to want to try to deny this tier 1 tower. There we go. He's going to deny the tower. mousesports will pick up a little bit of gold there, but denying it will definitely help out World Elite in the long run. As it looks like they're not done at bottom. They still got 3 heroes there. Nope, Lestrak TP's out. Enigma spots it. They're going to want to catch Lua here. Lua in a lot of trouble with the TP out. Prophet though, they killed Dax here at top, and here goes the blink. Bamboo in the bottom lane. Lua in all sorts of trouble. Antimate wants to start cleaning up some more kills. Brewmaster ultimate. Bamboo. It's being turned around. Brewmaster getting off that ultimate. The black hole wasn't there, and it is going to be turned around. Bamboo goes down. Antimate blinks in. Ultis to Shadow Shaman, just cancelling his TP. Prophet TP in as well. They want Venomancer. They want Kuroki, and they're going to get Kuroki with a couple more right clicks. Kuroki with the Gale, not going to save his life. Anti-Mage, Black has to turn away. Sing Sing, he's arrived, he's got no spell, he steals the clap. Oh, that's going to take out Icy. Icy in all sorts of trouble. Icy goes down, and Shan on the run. Anti-Mage, double kill.
Huge plays from Sing Sing there, coming at just the right moment when things were looking bad. And Anti-Mage was able to stay and get even more EXP. He's up to 4 kills at the moment with 66 last hits at the 12-minute mark. Not too far away from his Battle Fury, on a decent time at the moment as they continue to defend top. There's a blink going top. Malefice on Leshrac. Idle on spawn as well as 1437 comes in with the vacuum as well as Iron Shell, and just so much damage on Lesh. No way he'll survive this when he does get picked out. Trapped in by creeps a little bit, but he does have a stout shield. He's going to be absolutely fine.
Yep, and this is not the kind of pick-off that we want to see happening if you're a World Elite fan. Leshrac needs to get some more farm, wants to get that bloodstone up as fast as possible. But for now, he's going to be set back a little bit. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sing Sing needs to be careful, but World Elite's GG. He's got enough HP to survive that Fade Bolt, and that's the important thing here. But a clap plus the Fade Bolt will be enough to seal his fate, and that's what Sing Sing was trying to bank on there. He decides to just back off, bottle himself up, get a bit more HP, and look to maybe start pressuring this tier 1 mid tower a bit more.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money at the moment. 1,700 gold. Do you think he's maybe going to save up for a quick Blink Dagger here and try to initiate on some of the core heroes?
Yeah, definitely either Blink Dagger or Force Staff. He wants to go for those mobility items. You can combo that with the clap that he's stolen. You can combo it with Everbit. It's going to be Icy coming around from the side. Dust up just in case Yakuchu is stolen. He's popped the Thunderclap though. Sing Sing should go down here. The Telekinesis not going to save his life. They get another kill, and World Elite really just punishing some out of position mousesports heroes so far.
Yeah, and that's a hand of Midas picked up on Nature's Prophet after the urn, so his farm rate from here on out is going to be insane. He's got 5 kills and 3 assists on the Nature's Prophet. He's been there for 8 of the 9 kills that W has had so far, really showing the strength of the hero when played right.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's, I mean, you talk about Antimage doing well, but a hero like Prophet, I mean, can be just as deadly as a late game carry, as an Antimage can be. Once again, World Elite want more towers. They've dropped the Serpent Wards at mid lane with a creep wave. The Venomancer Plague Ward not going to be enough to save this tower because there's screens there with a siege creep. They may just go for the deny. Blink Black Hole, GG! 1 hero Black Hole, but that is well worth it. Shadow Shaman going to come in too late, knocking his Sables off, and in fact, he's going to get himself caught out. Enigma, Malefice, Black gets himself his 5th unanswered kill of the game. He is just on a steamrolling farm train right now. Nothing seems to be able to stop him.
Man, that kill was so close. Weaver used his ulti. He almost got his ulti out before he got out of there. Black's ulti did very, very little damage itself, but that's because his mana break is still only at level 1. And now he's chasing after Nature's Prophet on the top lane. The Iron Shell is doing some great damage. He doesn't even have to auto-attack right now. Puts a hit in. Has another blink. Comes forward. Nature's Prophet finally losing his killing spree as he's chasing after Leshrac, but he's going to leave him. Doesn't need to press his luck. Already up to 5 kills and 2 assists. Now, Darkseer actually did get the last hit on that one, and he's going to teleport back to base so close to his Battle Fury. A mere 400 gold to go.
Yeah, in a blink of an eye, mousesports turning around. The kill on mid lane just sort of set up a chain of events which really worked well for them. Chan's trying to chain Dusang at mid lane. He blinked, clap, ultimate. That's going to pick off Bamboo. They want more. They need more to make this worthwhile. They're going to get the Venomancer as well. He's been cycloned up, and it looks like Sing Sing just not going to even try and help him as he does want to get picked off as well. So 2 kills swing back World Elite's way following a mousesports series of events where they got a tower, they got themselves some kill, but quickly that advantage, any advantage they got from that is thrown away as Fanti picks up, it looks like, he's just about 800 gold away from that monster.
Yeah, that Blink Dagger was so crucial on the Brewmaster. Mouse felt completely safe going in on that mid push, and all of a sudden they got a Blink Clap on 3 heroes, plus the Panda ulti scores him a huge double kill, and that's going to help out a lot for Brewmaster's EXP as well as farm there. So totally paying off with that fast Blink Dagger. Something we don't always see on either a Brewmaster or an Enigma. Kind of a risky pickup, but it's totally paid off for both teams thus far.
Yep, and something, I mean, we mentioned Sing Sing, maybe Blink Dagger, maybe Force Staff. He's gone for the Vitality boost, so going for pure survivability in terms of raw HP, as opposed to the mobility. I imagine we will see some kind of mobility items later on in the game, but for now, he just wants that raw HP. We're not going to see the Vitality booster turned into anything for a while, I feel, unless we're going to see something completely unorthodox, such as a Rod of Atos, but for now, it looks like he just wants that pure HP. Vitality Booster being one of the most cost-effective ways to do that. And both teams just backing off, going into a more passive state right now. And that, I feel that works a lot better for mousesports, who have the Battle Fury up on Antimate. He's just going to be blinking around, power farming his way, and he's the most efficient farmer in the game, and that's when you're up against Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet just cannot keep up with an anti-mage once he has that Battle Fury.
He actually maxed out Spell Shield second. They do have quite a bit of magic damage on the Dire team, so it makes a lot of sense here. Not to mention just good damage output at the moment. But looking at the Weaver at the moment, 2,000 gold. And he's going for Relic, of course. Sing Sing's actually pressuring up mid here. Seems very dangerous, but he does still have Sakuchi. So, although we do know that there is a Dust, Smoke ain't going bottom. Actually, they want to get Black, but he blinks away. Nature's Prophet's going to be able to sprout on top of this. So they have him for just a second. Great Quelling Blade usage immediately, and they can't quite get close enough. Throws some booze on him, but he blinks away again. So Anti-Mage can be absolutely fine.
Yeah, perfect execution from Black to dodge that gank. It's going to be mid lane where Sing Sing takes a bit more damage himself. He's still got the Sakuchi. This is just a bit of a Sakuchi battle going on here. Sing Sing happy to basically be as aggressive and far up in the lane as possible.
He's running away. Nature's Prophet TPing in. Nope, not going to go through. Does he still have Dust? He does, so he's still waiting for these initiations on these guys.
And top lane with 1437, he's gone for a Vanguard. So it looks like both teams, I mean, it's such an important game. They decide rather than be as aggressive, well, maybe to allow them to be more aggressive, they've gone for a lot of survivability items. I mean, Sing Sing got Vitality Booster, Darkseer, going straight for the Vanguard, not worrying straight away about the pipe, not thinking we're going to look to push as soon as possible. Let's take it late. Let's just get our heroes up as tanky as possible. Mid lane, Sing Sing in trouble. He's been dusted up, and this looks like Sing Sing will go down.
He picks up Bugs, but he's going to get zapped by Luo here, and he does get picked off, so, I mean, that's the second time he's died that way. He knows that the enemy team has Dust. They have a global TP hero, and dying twice like that is definitely a big mistake. It does create a little bit of room for him, but, yeah. As long as they can delay the game, Black is going to get farmed, so it's not the end of the world.
And there's your Bloodstone. Fanti picks it up. We're 18 minutes into the game. He's got just the Bloodstones and the Naked Boots from here. Probably wants to pick up a BKB. Sure, you're up against the physical damage of an anti-mage in a black hole. With just being able to counter cover those disables. Zaxi Enigma, who finds the Weaver at mid lane. GG gets caught out. Another one hero black hole. I mean, you talk about those big, massive 5 hero black holes, but one hero, the Weaver, is going to be enough for mousesports. But meanwhile, it's World Elite. They've snuck into the Roshan, and I don't think mousesports have a clue.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it there. I think the reason they did pick up this fast Blink Dagger is because they wanted to be able to shut down the Weaver. And so far, these Blink Black Holes have definitely been the best way to do that, as Roshan is going to drop a very, very cool little strat here, spawning Treants, wards, and just a little bit of right-clicking with Medallion. And he is going to go down in just a second here, just as an Eidolon comes through. Really unfortunate for them, unless Roshan gets a ton of blocks. No, he does not. There's Aegis. Oh, almost denies it. Bambo is probably thinking about it, but does not deny the Aegis, as Nature's Prophet is now going to TP back home with 1,000 gold in the bank.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet, that's going to give him a bit of gold, but the problem is with him, he's not absolutely massive because he's bought a lot of these smaller items, having to get Treads, Medallion, Urn of Shadows. He's only sitting on 1,300 gold here, so he's not getting anywhere close to a big item like a Sheepstick, like an Aghanim Scepter. He's still got a bit of a way to go for that, so mousesports aren't in too much danger, and during this time, while they're waiting for him to get a big item, Black is getting absolutely massive. Now hitting level 16, your level 3 ultimate for Anti-Mage is coming into play, and that Manta style is getting pretty close as well. He's picked up the ultimate orb, assuming that's what he wants to go for. The Battle Fury, the Treads, and he is just going to be very, very hard to stop for World Elite.
Well, it's an absolutely insane farm from Mouse. If you look at the last hits and denies, the top 4 heroes are all Mouse players, with Anti-Mage at the top at 155. Already with that ultimate orb, he's going to be very, very soon at the Manta Cell. And I know for a fact that Black is an amazing Anti-Mage farmer, so EXP per minute on him is also absolutely insane. 713 EXP per minute. 5 kills and 3 assists there. That is just getting out of control.
Yeah, that to me is the big difference right now. The level difference between the two teams is fairly one-sided. It's going to be mousesports with a level 16 Anti-Mage. The next highest hero in the game is the Prophet at 13, and then everyone else is level 12 or lower. So big XP difference. The gold is fairly even. I mean, World Elite have done a great job of pressuring and taking down towers, but also staying even in terms of kills, as we will see Prophet actually loses Aegis. Will he go down the second time? Oh, Anti-Mage, he may have overstayed his welcome. He's shackled up. Is there going to be enough to able Leshrac? Time to stun perfectly. The clap coming in. Chan, Leshrac, Fanti picks up the kill. Black goes down. A much-needed kill there on Black.
Yeah, that was so absolutely crucial. I thought he was going to get away, but the Leshrac stun at the perfect time disabled him for enough to drop him down, despite his insane tankiness already. Sing Sing and a TP out, actually doing a little juking. He spent his money on his Ghost Scepter, which is going to help him be survivable against Weaver. Weaver, how close are you to Relic? 300 gold away, actually, so he is almost there very, very soon. But even if he does pick up a Radiance, not the absolute best item against Anti-Mage, the burn is going to be heavily reduced. It will increase his physical damage a lot, but he's still so squishy at this point. By the time he does get a Radiance, Anti-Mage is going to be really close to Manta style, so it's going to be tough for him to fight the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, the Radiance is not going to help at all against fighting the Antimates. The burn damage, of course, is pretty much going to be entirely negated by his spell shield. It's going to be basically used to basically harass, chip away at the Venoman to the roof of the Squeezy Heroes. But meanwhile, 1437's gone charging in. Zhao Luo, the captain for World Elite, gets picked off, and now the rest of the World Elite team quickly scurry away. And that's going to be the right decision. They don't want to get caught out of position too much here. They want to cut their losses as mousesports charging forward down the mid lane. They want to go for this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, very good decision there. 26 seconds left on the Shadow Shaman. His wards are also slightly on cooldown. Interesting choice on him. He went for a mech as well as an arcane. Did use it to keep himself alive a little bit. So they're going to be pushing forward. Leshrac going for stats as well. Level 2 ulti. And Panda on the high ground. Arcane with the blink, and he does have his ulti. Also a couple levels into stats. He's thinking about going in, but once again, Mouse is actually going to back off this time. Not really feeling safe about that team fight.
Yeah, it's all about the Panda that's stopping them from pushing. With the level 2 ultimate right now, this is a bit of a small window for World Elite where it's not going to be easy for mousesports to actually come and take a fight. Sure, they've got a very farmed Antimates, but they want more items. They want more farm on him. And these 4 heroes, they're going to go for a smoke here. They want to pick off. They don't want a big team fight up against the Panda and Brewmaster. If there is a team fight, they want it on their own terms so they can get off that big blink black hole from Bamboo, who is starting to build up that BKB. More than halfway finished with it. He's sitting on 1500 gold with an Ogre Axe. Great farm on him. Antimates is at the top lane, solo pushing out. He actually blinks in, and I feel that World Elite know what's up. They know he's got the backup there, and they're going to be very cautious with their positioning.
Yeah, the position of their heroes is way behind the tier 2 black. Is the only person showing right now. Even Kuroki putting in a ward on the high ground. He's going to vacuum on 3. The black hole catches all 3. Gale as well. The AoE, here comes the anti-mage ulti. He tried to cast it, but they died too fast as Panda drops as well. Now after the Weaver, who goes invisible. But they just wiped 3 heroes for 1 AoE ultimate. That was absolutely insane pickup there. That's going to guarantee them at least this tier 2 tower.
Well, Bamboo has done it. That was the opening mousesports were after. That was the team fight on mousesports' terms, and that black hole is going to give mousesports a huge advantage, potentially going to win them this game, because now mousesports is going to be looking to go high ground. They've got enough gold for the anti-mates to pick up his match style. There's very little World Elite can do to actually defend this. They're going to have Brewmaster back in 10 seconds. He will have his ultimate, so that may force mousesports back a bit. GG coming on in. He's picked up the relic. He's still about 1k gold away from the Radiance, and World Elite, they want to buy a bit of time, but the problem is the more time they buy, the more farm anti-mate is going to get, the more trouble World Elite are in now.
So he does pick up his Manta style now. They're going to continue their farm from taking that win and going to equalize the gold graph as well. And actually, they're in a pretty good lead at the moment. 4k and climbing at an insane rate. EXP as well, also going up by a large amount. So Mouse is sitting really well after that 3-for-nothing pickup. And almost a BKB also on Enigma. Once he grabs that, he's not going to be able to be disabled anymore. He won't even necessarily need the Blink Dagger. He can just stroll right in, pop down the black hole, and nothing's going to stop him.
Yeah, and that's going to be very hard to deal with, which I think, I mean, we're going to see a lot of Enigma just because of how reliable that black hole can be, just with a Blink BKB, such a strong build. There's very few heroes that can actually prevent that. And at the moment, I mean, mousesports happy to just keep playing this game on their own terms. The smoke gang from World Elite, it's looking for black. He is in this bottom jungle. Treant's going to scout him out, and immediately black blinks away. I love that play. He didn't see a single hero, but the fact there's Treant's there means Prophets may be nearby. They are looking for him, and there's potentially more heroes, support heroes, trying to hunt him down. So he just blinks as far away as possible, continues to farm, continues to increase mousesports' lead.
Yeah, he's doing absolutely amazing here with his GPM. He is already up to 550 gold per minute. Closest dire hero is 413 on the Nature's Prophet, so he's doing excellent. Illusion from Rubik as well, sent through the jungle to scout things out. Nature's, or the Treants hit him a little bit. They may realize this is an illusion and not attack it, and here they go. They're going to spot him, and there's the Hex to kill it immediately. So at the very least, they only know that Shadow Shaman is there, but I'm pretty sure that they know what's going on.
Absolutely. Shadow Shaman being in that position as a support hero is something somewhat unheard of. So they are going to go for this tier 2 tower. Haven't dropped the wards as of yet. There's going to be your first CP. It is Dark's here. Dark's here, needs to get off that wall. He gets immediately sheeped up. This could have been a bit of a mistake. If he doesn't get off that wall, it's a big loss for mousesports. But Antimates goes flying in, takes out Zhao Luo. And now this fight has gone horribly wrong for World Elite. They haven't picked up 1437. He surges himself away. Brewmaster ultimate has just not done the damage that it needs to do, and now Brewmaster, it looks like he's going to go down. The last Primal, I believe it's the last Spirit, he gets a blink off Chan. He's still alive. He doesn't want to go for this TP yet. Antimates though scouts him out. There's not really anywhere for him to run. Chan will go down. In comes Bamboo with the stun, and that is going to be World Elite. 2-for-nothing trade, and they do get the tier 2 tower, but it just wasn't worth the trade at this point in the game.
Yeah, huge pickups there, grabbing all of those heroes. BKB on Enigma as well, and he still has Black Hole up. So they're going to feel comfortable enough to push in and try to take a Rax. Weaver does have Radiance, but even still, not the tankiest hero in the world at the moment. Only 1,000 HP. Anti-Mage actually goes in, tries to drain, picks up the Courier, actually. 175 gold for everybody on Mouse. Very, very good pickup. They already knew heroes were done, so going for that overextend wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah, this is mousesports just feeling the game is within their hands. They're going high ground. Brewmaster still dead for 10 seconds, and well, without an ultimate, there's not much he can do anyways. Mousesports, they've got the pipe, they've got the mech, they've got all the items they could want to go pushing in the high ground. Black managed to take out the tier 3 tower, and now they're going to go for the Rax. And World Elite, well, even with this ransom move, there's just nothing to do. There's your blink. Sorry, not a blink. There's just your BKB. Black hole from Bamboo. They take out one, they take out two. They take out the Rax very shortly after, and they're going to take out Chan on the Brewmaster. Mousesports, it looks like this game number 1 should go their way.
Yeah, Sing Sing stealing the Panda ult. If you guys are confused why the rocks are hitting Panda, and the right click on top of Nature's Prophet as he is about to be picked off. 20 to 13 at the moment, but they are basically diving into Found, draining the mana from Blackstrack. Ulti has been used, and he is picked off. Mid-Rax is gone, and Mouse is at a huge advantage this game.
Yeah, no, fully agree. That was a really nice initiation there. Bamboo just knowing there's nothing they can do to stop that black hole. I mean, you mentioned you get the BKB, you can just go walking straight in. Mousesports, though, they're going to keep playing this out. The GG hasn't been called. They pick up the gem. They want to get the map control up, make sure there's no possible way for World Elite to get back in the game. Step number 1 for that is get the map control. Just force your opponents to sit in their base, cower in their base, and just get those pickoffs, get the hero kills like that. They get Xiao Lu, they force out the GG call. Mousesports go up 1-0 against World Elite.
Yeah, what a huge confidence boost here to just absolutely dominate them in the mid game. Things were semi-even at the early game, but then it just absolutely became one-sided after a couple key engagements involving black holes and vacuums. The coordination between 1437 and Bamboo was excellent in those engagements.
Yeah, no, I have to say, I mean, it was one of those situations where World Elite from the start, they really got a few kills going their way. I mean, they found the openings they were after, they got the kills, they got a tower lead. They were, I believe, from what my memory, yeah, they were slightly ahead. They at least had it very even in terms of gold for a good 22 minutes. Then 1 or 2 black holes from Bamboo really opened up the game. Bamboo, to me, obvious MVP here. Just those black holes, not something easy to land. Everyone else from Mousesports played their role really well, but Bamboo was the star, was the one standing out and making the difference in this game number one.
Alright, so that's going to be game 1 of this best of 5, guys. For Mouse to win this, they have 2 more games to go. World Elite's going to have to come back, get at least 3 wins to get qualified. So huge matches coming ahead. Make sure you guys stay tuned for game number 2 between Mouse and WE.